Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a good day. Welcome back to another Web Dev Junkie video. So I'm going to be building the side navigation on my DevTubers application in this video. Should be straightforward. Basically, you just need to have a panel over here with some links to channels, videos, and some other things. And then maybe a link to my YouTube channel and a link to this GitHub repo. So someone actually already claimed this one, but I haven't heard back from him in like 2 weeks. So I am actually going to just claim this myself and work on it. So sorry, buddy. Let's just go ahead and try to build this out. So we have our application over here, and we need to basically add a panel. Let me actually go to one of the channels. I need to restyle that first page. So we basically want to add a panel to the left that looks like this, okay? So what we could do is go to the UI. Let me make sure I'm zoomed in enough for you. All right, so I'm going to go to I think this should be like a global side navigation, so it's on every page basically. So I'm going to go to the app, and we could probably add it here, okay? So this is a Next.js application, and _app is like the main wrapper, and component is going to have whatever route-based component you're at. So since this needs to exist on every page, we could either put it on every route, or we could just put it at a higher level. Let's just do that. I'm going to add a component called side navigation, and we can start building it out. So I'm going to go to my components folder, and I'm going to add one called side navigation. And while we're here, let's just go ahead and add a style for that. So I'm going to say side navigation, CSS, and I'm going to import that here. So go to my global file, import side navigation, and then we should be set to actually start styling it and building it out. So for this component, we could just build out a functional component like so. And I'm going to put hello world here so we can verify this works. And inside of this component, let's just go ahead and auto import that so that we can actually use that component on our application. So if you notice here, the hello world popped up here, which is good. But I think what we need to do is maybe use a little bit of Flexbox to have this float on the left side of the page and also push the content to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically style this div up here, and I can maybe call it page wrapper or something. And if I go to my global, that is where I can kind of style that page wrapper and give it a display a flex, and that should by default push that to the left. Okay, so everything looks good. Now we have a panel over here. So what we want to do is, in fact, let's just go to Figma and go to my DevTubers Figma so we can actually start grabbing some colors. So the color of this panel is this background color here, I believe. So let me grab this, and let me actually start using more of CSS variables because I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to say dark blue is equal to this color, and then we can actually start styling our side navigation to kind of match that. So let's open up the side navigation here and let's start styling this out. So I'm going to add a class to the side nav called side navigation, and we can style that and give it a background color of that dark blue. So I'll say far dark blue. And let me move this over some so you can actually see all the code. Load up my dev tools down here. Zoom out a little bit, refresh the page. Hopefully that shows up. All right, so it's not changing the background. Let's first make this a height of like 100 VH and give it a width of 300 pixels maybe, and see if that actually does anything. I think I also forgot to save my component here, so that could probably help. Now, one thing you'll notice is that I don't think this is actually expanding, so I think we want to give it a flex grow of 0 or a 1. I think I put that on the component. Let's see. So flex grow and flex shrink. There, that should allow me to actually like give it a static width. And I think the width that we have for this thing is 330. So let's just do 330 to kind of match the Figma. And let's just go ahead and continue to build out everything that we need on this. So first thing you'll notice is that the colors are all white. So I'm going to basically change the color of this to be white. And at the top, we have a little logo that says DevTubers. So I'm going to add a logo element. So go to my component. I'm going to add like an H1. Give it a class name of like side navigation logo. Which should allow us to easily style it here. So I'm going to give this some styles. Let's see what this looks like as is. So the font weight for this, font weight looks like it's normal. And we could probably just center it on the page or something. We'll add the actual icon in a second, but I think we'll just continue going on. We'll add padding and stuff to make it all look nice. Let's move on to a link. So we can add a new link here. Make sure we import this from Next. Now, how do I do that? I've done it before. It looks like this. So import the link from Next, save that, and we can have that go to a different page. So I'm going to have channels up here. And for right now, that's just going to hard code to, I guess, Caleb's channel. So I should be able to do that. If I click it, it should take me back to Caleb's channel. Okay. And then the second link we need is videos. Okay. And this will just go to a new page called videos, which we haven't actually worked on yet. You see here we have videos and channels. So we should be good to go. We need to style these. So let's just go ahead and we could probably wrap this in a class called like side navigation links. What that allows us to do is we can actually like style those directly and just give them, let me close my terminal down here. We can give them some styles. So I could say like everything inside the link. What are these? I wonder if these just compile down to like A tags. They do. So I'm going to say A and just say display a block, and that should put them on different lines. The font size could be like 32 pixels. The color could be white. That looks pretty good. The margin of the bottom could be increased a lot. We'll do 30 pixels to see how that looks. That might be a little bit too much. What we could also do is notice that we don't have any underlines. So I'll say text decoration is none. And when we hover it, we actually want to hover or change the background color of the entire row. So I'm going to add a hover pseudo selector here. And I'm going to say background is white. And then the color is black. I think that's how I did it. No, the color is darker. So I'm going to go to make another CSS variable here. I'm going to say darkest blue is this color. And then we can actually style that. So when you hover over it, we're going to use that darkest blue. Did I not save it? Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, so change the color to the darkest blue when you hover over the stuff. And that looks better. But I think we also need some padding on this stuff. So I'm going to say padding top of 20 pixels, bottom of 20 to see how that looks. That might be a little bit too much. We might not even need margin if we have padding. All right, so what we could also do is this looks like this has a lot of padding on the left of it. Looks like it's like 40 pixels or something. So we'll try that, see how it looks. So it looks better. Our text is much bigger, so I think we're using 24 in Figma, so we should probably go back here and change this to 24 and go back to our app. And that looks pretty good. Instead of hello world, let's change that to view tubers. And we could probably, oh, it's called DevTubers, not ViewTubers. My bad. All right. Yeah. So we have the links. Those should work. If you click on videos, it takes you to an unexisting page. Click on channels, just takes you to hard-coded link for Caleb's channel. But we also need to add these three. So I'm going to add an HR for horizontal rule. Or maybe we could add some type of like divider element. So here I'll just add a side navigation divider. And that could just be an element that has a fixed width of 60% maybe. We could say background is also the darkest blue here. And then we could say the height is 1 pixel. And I believe that should make it look like a line. If I got that all saved. There we have it. It's a little thin, so maybe a height of 3 might be better. And then additionally, we should probably give it some margin of 0 auto to center it. Here we have it. That looks better. Maybe some margin on top. So I can say margin is 20 pixels, and that should... Oh. Let me just put 20 pixels there, so I should add margin to the top and the bottom of it. And that even might be too small. Let's do 40, see how that looks. Never mind. I'll do 20. All right, so now let's move on to these other links. So we have submit channel, about, and view source. So if I were to basically just copy these, in fact, I think I could just put that here inside of the links, and that should look good. And then I could just basically say submit channel, view source. What else was there? About. So view source should take us directly to the GitHub page. So let me just go ahead and copy that link, and we could just hard code it to this GitHub link here. About will take us to an about page, and submit will take us to a submit page. Now we haven't created submit or about yet, but it's good to at least have those there. And one thing I'll say is that all these links look a little large, but it might be okay. All right. So then finally at the bottom, we want to put a link to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go put another, what should I do here? I might need to do some more flex styling. So maybe I could just wrap this in a div. What happened? Oh, I deleted the link here. So wrap this in a div, and I'm going to add another div. And the purpose of this is so that we can easily put some flex to have it be a column and then put space between. So over here, I'm going to say /c/ web dev junkie, because that is my YouTube link. I'm going to make that a link, give it an href. We're going to fix this in a second, but I'll say C web dev junkie here. And we want to actually go to my YouTube channel. So I think I could just copy this link, put that in, and we should probably say target equals blank on a lot of these, because we don't want them to leave our application. So this one that's external should probably be blank. And this one that's external should probably be blank. So at this point, look back. If we click on this, it should, let's see. So I guess you can't, I might have to look up next link external new tab. Okay, so I don't need to use the actual link class here. So I'm going to change that to an A and change this to an A. And then it should allow me to open up in a new tab. Okay, is this not refreshing? Target blank. Should probably add this as well. I think that's a security thing. Let's save that. And maybe I need to do a hard refresh on my app. Something's not working correctly. So I click on that, it opens up a new tab. Click on view source, that opens up a new tab. Yeah, I think we're pretty good here. Now, also, I wanted to add a created by, so I'm going to say created by Cody Seibert. Just, you know, get some representation out there. Probably want to add like a copyright thing as well, but I think by default, everything you make is copywritten. All right, so what else should we do? So I wanted to add some space between those. So if I go back to my links, I could say display. Where are the links? So I'm going to put a style on the links and say display is flex, and flex direction is column. And then I can say justify content space between, I believe. And that should hopefully push the web dev junkie thing towards the bottom of the page, maybe. I might have to change it to align items. Let's see if that works. No? Okay. So it should be justified content. And it should have pushed it down, I think, but yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I need to add some like fixed width or something to this. I might need to add like a height of 100%. Let's see. You know what? Okay, so my flex skills are not the best, but I know there's a way to do it with Flexbox. I probably just need to add a certain height to the links or something like that. So what I'm going to do instead is I am going to basically remove those things, and we are going to stop wrapping this stuff in divs. So I will do this. Actually, I'll add this one, and I'll say like class name is side navigation bottom links. So that would allow us to basically go here and fix that, the bottom. I can say position is absolute. I can say bottom is 0 pixels. And I believe I need to give the links a position of relative for this to work. So let's see. It's still not working. I think I still need like a height of 100% or something. You know what? Right now, I don't want to waste too much time doing this. We are just gonna put this directly underneath all that stuff, okay? I don't want to waste too much time trying to style all this. So let's just try to add some icons to all these. So submit channel, about, and view source have some icons, and we're using font awesome somewhere. Where are we using an icon? We had an icon displayed somewhere, but I don't remember where it was. It's on this. So I can go to the panel. There's a panel class that we created called watch panel. And this is how you can basically use some icons. So on the side navigation, let's import those icons. And let's find one that matches like a submit. So I'm going to go to font awesome. I'm going to find the icons and type submit. Upload maybe. That one should be okay. So file import comes from FAS. So free solid. Well, actually, which one is FAS? Solid style, free solid. Yeah, so I think I could basically just say FA file import here. So I'm going to import FA file import, and we are going to use that here. So submit channel is going to have an icon in it. So I can add, say like I have class name of FA. Oh wait, what am I doing? Actually needs to be font awesome icon, and the icon is equal to FA file import. All right, let's see if that shows up. There you have it. You have a little icon that showed up, but for some reason, it is positioned at a very, oh, hold on. What's going on here? So yeah, it looks like this can only take one element instead of, so let me just put that in a div, and hopefully that should fix the issue. So that messed up my styles, and I wonder why. I think Link is gonna read, let's see. We have an SVG and we also have an A tag. Commit to channel. So there might be some custom way we have to use links with Next.js. Let's go over here and let's look at link. There's probably a way to like have it do something with children or change the tag. Forces link to send href property to its child, defaults to false, prefetch, replace, places the history. Okay, let's see. I think you can use as. Let's see if they have an example of how you can use as. It doesn't look like they have an example of as. But I mean, you should just be able to pass the component. Yeah, maybe we need to like, let's rethink this. Let's go back here and let's wrap this whole thing. I think I'm doing this wrong. Let's wrap this whole thing in an A tag, because that's how they kind of did it. And that kind of works. So what we could do is on the links, let's just go ahead and target the icon and say margin right is 20 pixels and see how that looks. And of course that is not working because that is not what that is. So that's actually a path, an SVG. All right, let's just target the SVG and see if that's a good fix. Okay, cool. So that's how you do it. Let's just continue to do the same approach for my fun. Awesome. Okay, let's do, let's find like an about page. Maybe it's called info. Okay, so let's do an FA info. And we could basically do the same thing. So we are going to put a link here. And we're going to make an icon called info and put it inside that link. FA info. Save that, make sure it works. Okay, we got an info thing. Now it's looking a little off center here. Not sure about why. SVG's got some margin on it. Yeah, we can figure this stuff out in a second. Let's just keep going. We should have one for GitHub. I don't know if this is like a special one. FAB brands. Let's just find code. Here we go. Yeah, I think I could just import FA SVG solid. How do I do brands? FAB. Font awesome brands. Font awesome React brands. Let's see. Rebrands SVG. Is that how you do it? FAB Facebook. So free brands. FA GitHub. Let's see if this works. And for view source, I'm going to do the same thing here. So basically take that link. Actually, I don't need to do the link thing because that's an external link. So FA GitHub. Hope this works. Okay, that doesn't exist. FA GitHub does not exist. Rebrands SVG Icons. Go up here. It should auto like FA. Oh. You know, I'm just going to do FA code here just to save time because I need to wrap up this video in a second. So instead of doing FA GitHub, I'll do FA code, go back, little code thing shows up, and that's cool. Now I should also do one for video. So if I go to my GitHub, I can say video. And we got video here, so let's try video here. So I'm going to import FA video. And very similar to how we did it down here, I'm just going to go ahead and paste in this one. FA video. Go back. Now we got some cool icons. Now for channels, let's click it and make sure this still works. All right. And the last thing, I think I had like a little laptop next to this. Let's see if there's like a laptop icon. Yeah. So let's just import FA laptop. And we could put that right next to DevTubers. So I can say font awesome icon. Icon is FA laptop. Save that, and that should make an icon show up here. And we could also add some margin to that stuff as well. So let's go to the logo and let us style the SVG and say margin right of 10 pixels. And then also the logo should have some padding left of 20 pixels as well, I think. And this should probably be centered. Created by, let me make another one called credits. So side navigation credits. Just so I can center that, I'm just literally just gonna add a text center here. Text align center. All right, why is that not working? Side navigation credits. Oh, because I didn't put the actual text inside my div. Try that. All right, that looks good. I'm gonna add some margin top to this. And that looks pretty good, except for maybe I don't like the text align. I'm just playing around with some margins just to see if it looks better. Okay, I guess that's good. I'll just do 50. All right, so there we have it. We have a left side navigation where you can kind of switch around between various things. You can click on these, open up new links. I need to come back through here and actually make this all align. So I'm not sure if I want to use Flexbox with like some type of fixed width on the icon section, or maybe just have the icon be a relative and push it over some, but we can fix this later. But I think this is a good video for now. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. And if you have any suggestions or like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button and leave me some comments. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe. All right, thank you so much for watching all and have a good day.